We go strategize, saute. We don't chop about, chop about, chop about, chop about. We don't strategize, saute. We know see content create now. You can be a fantastic creator, know what to create, know the next move, know the right things to do. But if you don't create, then the title creator is not for you. And today's video, I'm talking about how one can stay productive as a creator. So, creator encompasses different aspects of creativity, right? For me, I'm talking from the perspective of being a social media manager, community manager, and content creator for small businesses and personal brands. How do I stay productive and not just be busy? Because it's one thing for you to be busy, then it's another thing for you to stay productive. First of all, I have a productivity template that I use to help me track my tasks and just to ensure that I put all the things that I need to do and also follow up or follow through on the tasks that I'm yet to do and what I've done. So, how do you stay productive? Then, the number one thing is being focused on certain tasks. There's a video on my channel that I talked in depth about procrastination and things that can put you in that state, and one of them was distraction, right? And it also ties back to this point that I'm making on how it's very, very important for you to stay focused. Because when you're focused on a certain task or you're focused on a certain thing that you want to do, it's easy for you to remain productive. Here's what I mean. As at today, created 10 videos. This includes short form and long form videos. I could do this because I said to myself, today is not the day where I binge on my favorite Netflix series. I'm currently watching Designated Survivors alongside a K-drama. I told myself today is not the day that I binge on this amazing series. This series would not go away. I have to lock in and focus on the tasks ahead. By the end of the day, and this is almost 12 a.m., I started shooting videos 12 p.m. I took breaks in between. By the end of today, or whenever I decide to go to bed, I know that I've achieved something. I know that my day has been productive because I've been able to check off certain tasks that I set out to do. This is my point. If you want to be productive as a creative, a business owner, a 9 to 5 worker, whatever the situation is, or as a student, you need to lock in and be focused on the goal. You can't say you want to create something today. You can't say you want to do something this minute and you're being distracted by another thing. You have to pick a side. Either you want to go do the other thing that would not make you productive, or you lock in and be productive. Another thing that has been helping me stay productive and I know would help you is when you create a routine. I know sometimes we are a bit taken aback when we talk about routine because once you hear routine, most people think, oh, you have to be rigid, you can't change things, everything has to be this way. If it's not this way, things will break off. As someone who likes to be super organized, I get it. Sometimes when things break off from our routine or our usual programming, it feels like everything is falling apart. But this is not why I want you to create a routine. I don't want you to create a routine and be fixated on it and say if it doesn't go this way, then I failed as a person. No, that's not the gist though. The gist here is when you create a routine, it helps you even stay focused. Back to my number one, because you know that, oh, I'm creating a routine so that I can be productive and ensure that I finish this task as at when due. So say for example, just the way we would have morning routine, we have nighttime routine, things like that. You could create a routine that fits your schedule. So for someone that goes to the office Monday to Friday and you're a creative, you can't compare your routine to somebody who works from home. And you also can't compare your routine to somebody who is a creator without no other side hustle. So you have to create a routine that specifically speaks to you, what you do, and how you intend to navigate your life. So your routine is for you. You can get help from other people and say, okay, how is your routine like? Let me pick one thing here. Let me pick one thing that you're doing here. But you can't totally say, oh, you have to copy somebody's routine. For example, I work from home. I'm sort of in charge of my time because once I do a client's job or map out what I'm supposed to create for a client, either for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months and I create them, I'm good to go. Everything is on autopilot, right? My routine is totally different. Sometimes I sleep in to 9 a.m. Sometimes I sleep very late and wake up very early. There are days that I wake up as early as 4 a.m., right? And there are days that I sleep and I wake up 12 p.m. or 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. It all depends on what the flow is. So my routine is quite flexible, but there are certain things that happen on a day-to-day that does not change and also affects my overall productivity for the day. One of it is when I wake up, I try my best to pray or and read my Bible before I even go on socials and just look through my phone and things like that. Sometimes I also join corporate prayers either from my church or NSPPD or NLP, whatever. Sometimes I just try to listen to a sermon. Sometimes I go on a walk. Then when I come back from the walk, I resume to walk to do my work or my tasks for the day. All of these changes, nothing is set in stone, right? And so you can't try to compare my routine to somebody that must step out and go to the office every single day. It can't work. But what I want you to do is I want you to create a routine and see how this routine would help you improve your productivity level. For me, I've been using routines almost all my life. Like I like my things organized. I like to know what I like to be in control of my time. So it's very important for me to create routine. Now I'm working in one of my routines, so to speak. I know that at this time I need to do this thing. If I have not created XYZ amounts of video, I can't stand up from here. That is how my routine. There are weeks, months that I will not create content for a long period of time. So you have to pick the one that works for you. With creating routine as a creative comes batch creating your content. This is the orga of everything. When it comes to this, if you leave me to talk about this thing for the whole day, I will talk about it and I'll talk about it very, very well. Batch creating is very, very good and it helps you not run out of content on time. There's a client of mine that I worked with, and guess what I did? I created 4 months worth of content in the space of, let's just say, 1 week, because today she will say, oh yeah, come, let's create one. 2 days after or 3 days after, she say, let's create another one. Like in just 1 week. And we met, I think, about 4 times or 3 times, and we created 4 months worth of content. That is what batch creating does. So we know what post is going to go out on what day. We know what we want to do on this day. We know what we want to push out on. Do you understand what I'm saying? I booked this place to shoot content for a brand. I said, okay, since I'm coming here to shoot content for a brand, I might as well use one stone to kill several birds. So I decided that, okay, let me also shoot content for myself. One of which is what you're watching this YouTube video. I mapped out videos that I want to create for YouTube. I mapped out videos I want to create for TikTok. I mapped out videos I want to create for Instagram. I mapped out videos I want to create for the other brands. 7 different categories of brand that I want to create for. I mapped it out and I mapped out the inspiration, the mood board, the scripting, everything. It took me hours to do that. That is what happens if you put productivity first. The preparation might take time. The preparation might be tedious, but it's for a greater good. So after doing that, when I came here, I knew that I'm in this apartment and I'm in business. Yes, I'm locked in. So I said, you know what? This is the content that I want to create within this period of time. I think as of now, I've created, it's not 5 YouTube videos or 4 YouTube videos. And in 1 week, I will be done. I would have exhausted the videos. If I can still create more, I will create more. I've taken coffee now. Batch creating will save you a lot of time. There are days that you have more strength, more zeal, more ginger than other days. Take advantage of those days. Today is just that day for me. I'm more gingered, I'm more energetic, I am active, so I can create till I am tired. Maybe after this set of content that I'll create, I'll not create maybe till like March. Who knows? Do you get? But pushing, making sure that you utilize that zeal that you have to create during a particular time. It could be morning, it could be night, whatever time it is that you feel more alive. Please make good use of it and create content during that phase. If you feel more alive in the morning, if you're a morning person, by all means create your content. It's at night, this time like this, that you feel more alive. By all means, please create your content. Don't always wait for the perfect time, the perfect day, just create. And it takes me to my next point. Create more than you consume. That is how you stay productive. I promise you. Don't try to always swallow in, take in, swallow in, take in. Let me save. Let me add it to my save folder. Let me archive this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do. Let me add this to my archive. When I have time, I'll create. No, create more than you consume. Just today that I was creating some videos, I during one of my breaks, I saw one screenshot that talks about continuous learning is also a form of procrastination, and it touched me because that was also something I spoke about some minutes ago in one of my YouTube videos when I was recording today. And I said, you know what, I resonate with this thing and I think I can even talk more about it, but this time it would be like a green screen of me talking over the screenshots, but for TikTok. That's out. Like I didn't waste any time. I didn't say, oh, let me save it. By the time I finish creating all my YouTube videos today, when I have time, I'll create it. I said no. This thing will take me less than 2 minutes for me to create. If it takes you less than 2 minutes for you to create or talk about it, do it instantly. Don't always wait for the next best time. Because the truth is, by the time you keep it and say I will come back to it, you might not even come back to it. So there's no point waiting. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you really want to stay productive, if you want to be able to account for each of your days, your hours, your minutes, the minutes in each day, if you want to truly account for it by the end of the day and you want to be productive, don't waste time. Create instantly. As a creative, like that rush, that flow that comes quickly to us when we're writing ideas, when we're doing this, let the creating be more than the mapping. We can be so caught up with strategy. We go strategize, saute. We don't chop about, chop about, chop about, chop about. We don't strategize, saute. We no see content create about now. Why? So please create more than you strategize. I think that's it. That's the take home. Create more than you strategize. That's how you stay productive. Like I said, if you want my productivity template that helps me track what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, just check in the description box. You will see it there. I'm sure you are saying, all these points is making sense. So it's easier said than done. Eh? How will I do it? How will I be productive? I'm here for you. This last point that I'm about to make is if you don't take anything that I've said, take this one seriously, is the power of having systems and tools. I can say all these things, stay organized, do this, batch create, so many things, amazing things that I've been saying, right, in this video. But there's one thing that if I don't say it, this video is not complete, which is the tools and systems that I've put in place to help me stay productive. Aside my productivity templates, it's important to have certain tools that would help you with your productivity. Number one, I know you've heard of Notion. Notion will help you stay on top of your game. It will help you stay organized. There are so many Notion templates. If you feel that Notion is too difficult for you to handle, or it's overwhelming, or it just has so many parts to it that you can't just get, I can simplify it for you and I can create a walkthrough Notion video for you if that is what you want. I can also add a link to my Notion in the description box, or a template that will be helpful to you. One thing that I did for my Notion is I made it as simple as ABC. No barrier to entry, just simple, straight to the point, put here, fix here, move there, nothing. If it is too difficult, there's also Google Sheets. Just put all the things that you want to do on a Google Sheet and track it from there. Tools are very, very important, and so are templates. That's why sometimes when you try to start from the scratch or create a template or create something for yourself, it becomes a lot for you. And when something becomes overwhelming, you are forced to put it aside. And when you put aside a task or something you're supposed to do, you end up not being productive at it. And that's where procrastination comes into play. right? So make sure templates are your friend. Templates are your friend. Look for templates that would help you. If you want to create thumbnail on Canva, have a ready-made template. Me, I have a ready-made template for my thumbnails for YouTube, so that it also reduces the amount of time that you spend on it. If you want to talk about content creation, have a template for content creation. If you want to talk about love, have a template for love. If you want to talk about 9 to 5, have a template for 9 to 5. If you want to talk about finances, have a template for finances. So that for each time you talk about this topic, you just go there, put picture, put title, and you keep it moving. Templates are your friend. Tools are your friend. These are the things that would help you make your work faster and make you more productive. In my next video, I'll be showing you like different ways that I get content ideas for brands and for my social media platform. Maybe that would also ginger you and help you be quick to get content ideas so that you can also create faster. If you enjoyed this video and you watch up until this point, thank you so much. I hope I see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe if you really like this video. Thank you. Bye, sunshine.